Well, hello and God help me, I'm Morgan Delaney, your author of dark, strange and fantastic fiction, also professional boogeyman. Himself will be here in a couple of minutes, but we should have time for a quick story first. This one is about contractors, handymen. You know how it is, you need something done, so you invite them into your house, like you would a vampire. This one is called Stupid Paranoia. Ever since the plumber came to fix the leaking cistern, the house sounded different at night. Too quiet. The rushing and gurgling of a toilet that kept filling had been replaced with a watchful silence that pressed down on me around my bed. Now it was the quiet creaking of the boards as the house settled that woke me. I told myself it must be the plumber lost in the house after finishing work. A joke. Until the night a migraine woke me and I saw him in the hallway outside my bedroom. He looked a lot bigger in the dark, a lot stronger. He stood there naked for a long while after the floorboard creaked, then moved again. His body was thick and powerful. That's why I didn't shout at him to get out. Instead, I pulled up the sheet until it covered my face and pretended to sleep while he crept down the stairs. It took ages. He waited for minutes, maybe even half an hour after each step. He wouldn't be leaving with no clothes on, so I hoped he'd go to the kitchen and make himself something to eat instead. Terrible long pauses between movements made him seem very hungry, and I didn't want him to eat me. Perhaps that's what he'd been doing, which would explain why I felt drained every morning. It wasn't just the lack of sleep. When birdsong and car engines told me it must be morning, I looked. Nothing. I scrambled out of bed and opened the window. Someone might hear me scream. Suddenly, doubting myself in the fresh air, I nonetheless took out my phone, dialed 999 and walked down the stairs with my finger hovering over the green call button. Nothing was out of place. No naked maniac tackled me or split my skull with an axe or a plunger. I slowly relaxed. Everything was exactly where I had left it in the kitchen, and not even the ghost of a smell of food suggested someone else might have been in there and then tidied everything away. When I returned upstairs to get ready for work, I noticed the hatch to the attic space. Where else would he be hiding? He wasn't, though. I asked my neighbour to help hold the ladder while I looked for an old guitar I wanted to donate to a jumble sale. That's what I told him. My neighbour looked at but didn't ask about the crowbar in my hand as I climbed the ladder. I found no trace of the plumber in the attic, which surprised me so much that my neighbour had to ask me 3 times about this non-existent guitar before I remembered what he was talking about. All a bad dream. Night terrors, I suppose. I felt stupid all the same. Until the floorboards creaked again that night and woke me. The noise was so quiet I must have slept through it before, but now my paranoid brain finally made the connection it should have made long ago. The creaking wasn't quiet because it came from the attic or the hallway. It was quiet because it came from someone moving very slowly, coming from under my bed. All right, good night. Sleep tight. Don't look in the wardrobe if you don't want to fret. Hello? Is there someone there?